Hi, Bright Sparks! Welcome back to another video with Mrs. Brown. So in today's video, we will be discussing how you can teach your child letter sounds. So I recently did a video called How to Teach Your Child Letter Recognition. So this video is a precursor of that one. That is a precursor of this video, I should say. And in this video, we're gonna discuss how you can help your child to master letter sounds. This is very important and very crucial to them becoming great readers and developing their reading skills, because letter sounds help them. Knowing their letter sounds actually helps them to be able to sound out words, work on their phonological awareness, their phonemic awareness. It also helps them to blend and segment words so that they can read smoothly when they're ready. So this equips them. Learning their letter sounds equips them fully and gets them prepared fully for the next step, which is reading. So today I'm going to just show you basically how you can help your child to master their letter sounds. So you want to start off with your flashcards. I have all the letters here, and we're not going to go through all the letters, but I'll show you how you can teach them their letter sounds in two ways. Now, before I do, I just want to make a disclaimer that this is not for your child to watch. This is for you as the parent to watch and just to get an idea of how you can share with your child ways of teaching them their letter sounds. Every child is different. So that means that every child learns differently. So you knowing your child the best, I recommend that you find a way that is suitable for them, that they will thrive, that they enjoy learning. So just find a technique that they will adapt to and will remember their letter sounds to be able to eventually start saying them on their own. So two ways that you can teach them. It's just one, showing them the letter. This is the letter A, and telling them the sound says ah. Or you could do it in a song. So if your child is more vibrant and they want to sing and move and be all about how to get them to focus or to engage with you, you can turn this into a little song. So for example, letter B, you can say this is letter B. Letter B says B, or the letter B says B, 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 B. Then you can go on to letter C. The letter C says K, 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 K. This is the letter D. The letter D says D, 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 D. So it's really just allowing yourself to become playful and energetic and engaging just as much as you're expecting them to be the same and to receive what you're saying, to be able to memorize these letters. So if your child is spunky and they like to just have fun, you have to turn this lesson into something that is going to blow their minds and just allow them to have lots of fun while they're learning the letters. If your child is okay and they're just very chill, very calm, and they don't need the extra activities into the lesson, then you can simply do as I showed you before. Just show them the letter and you tell them the sound, and that's it. This is the letter E. The E says eh. And of course, you want to make sure that you are repeating the sounds so that they remember the sounds that you're saying. So say it more than once. You can say it like 3 times. Eh, eh, eh. Because we know that repetition builds memory. So after you show them the letter E, you just keep going. This is the letter F, right? Obviously, they should know their letters already, which is very important in order for you to move on and teach them letter sounds. But so you're just going to remind them of what the letter is. This is the letter F. And then you tell them the sound. The F says f, 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 not fa. We want to make sure that we are teaching them the correct sounds. I'm going to do another video about schwa and what that is, how we should never teach our children to sound out letters. So this is the letter F, and you just go over the sound with them. Or if they're very vibrant and buoyant and they need that extra oomph in the lesson, go ahead and spice it up. Make sure that you make it whatever your child needs. Just be flexible with them. If they want to sing a song about the letter F and about the letter sound for F, go ahead and sing a song with them. The F says F. The F says F. Every letter makes a sound. The F says F. Or you could do like this. I just remembered one that I also do, like another technique. So I'll tell them the letter and I'll sing that song. The G says G. The G says G. Every letter makes a sound. The G says. And then I pause and I do a form of like TPR where I'm waiting for them. And this is to let them know. So I cup my hand here, allowing them to realize that, listen, it's your turn to tell me the sound for G. So tell me. The G says. Or if they're just like, oh, what is going on? Keep reminding them or repeating. The G says. So this way you're kind of testing what they remember, right? And you wait for them to tell you the sound for G. If they can't tell you, that means they're not remembering and you just want to keep going over. So you can sing the song over again. Repetition builds memory. The G says G. The G says G. Every letter makes a sound. The G says. Show them the letter. Put your hands to your ears. G. Oh, very good. And you can pause and just give them a reward, for trying, for effort. And of course, you want to continue with the rest of the letters and just do some actions too to make it fun. The H says, ha. The H says, ha. Every letter makes a sound, so you can slow down if you want to, just based off their level of learning. The H says, huh. You wait for them, pause and wait for them to answer, and then, oh, very good. And you can give them a high five and you just keep going. You want to keep going until you're done. Another way that you can do this is to chop it up. So do maybe 4 letters per lesson, and keep going over those 4 letters. The A, from A to D, or maybe bump it up each time that they're learning their letters and you see that they're remembering the sounds. You can bump it up to 10, or if they're ready, you can definitely move on and do all the letters in one sitting. So it just depends on, like I said before, your child, their needs, and how they learn. How are they receiving the information that you're giving them? Is it too much for them in one sitting? Do they need more time? So this is just to teach you how you can teach your child to master their letter sounds. I think we can go through all of them just so that you are reminded of what your letters sound like and you can be able to teach your child. So we'll continue going through the rest of the letters, and yes, you can share them with your child. All right, so let's keep going. The I says E. E, E, E. All right. So you want to make sure that your face, you have like a warm, engaging expression on your face and you are entertaining them and they're engaged, right? And you can speak and just have them watch. If they're not ready to repeat or share with you, just take it step by step until they are actually up and down, dancing and singing with you. So let's keep going. The J says J, 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 J. The K says K, 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 K. The L says L, 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 L. The M says mm. Mm. What comes next? So you could even pause for engagement, right? And ask them what comes next. Oh, that's right, letter N. So instead of just rushing through to finish, you can stop and ask questions. Ask your child questions to see where they're at. How are they remembering? Are they remembering everything that they're learning? Are they ready to move forward? And stuff like that. So if they said N, great, very good, engage them and reward them with a thumbs up or a high five. And then you tell them the sound N, 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 N. And you want to make sure that you have some form of action. You're showing them some form of action even while you're telling them of the sound. I think it helps them to be more focused, like, oh, what is she doing? She's showing me something that is related to my letters and my sounds. So I always teach my children, showing them some form of action with the sounds that they're hearing. N, N. And I always ask, like, what does this mean when we hear that sound? N, N. And they'll say, some will say, N, N, no. And I go, yes, very good. Have you heard that word before? No. And they'll say, yes, a lot. And I'll say, your mommy or daddy says that word to you, right? And they'll say, yeah. So you can engage with them and just try to make it fun and relatable for them. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Letter O says, oh, 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 oh. Now letter P, what does the P say? So you can even engage, ask more questions just based off how many times you've done this with them. Sometimes you can throw a bone at them. What does the P say? Do you remember? If you've done this before, and they'll say P, or maybe if they don't remember, you can remind them. If they've paused and they're like, you could pause too or go, I don't remember, do you? Oh, pa, pa. And that's, a way that you can test them and just build on their brain development and their memory. So the Q now, the Q says, qua, qua. Can you help me qua like the ducky? Qua, qua, not quack, qua. The R says, The S. Help me say the sound for S. So this is a way to pull them in again. Help me make the sound for S. And then you're going to show them the S makes the same sound as the snake, okay? Yes, do you know what the snake says? And they'll say, no, I don't know. Or, yeah, I know. So you can just show this. Remember, action builds memory and it builds repetition, and it's also fun for them. It's engaging for them. So for me, I like to do the snake. And they'll remember it that way. So even if they forget, next time when you're asking them, you could say, what does the snake say? And they'll immediately remember and go, All right, letter T says, t, 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 not ta, ta. The tip of the tongue. Letter U says, as if you're looking up. Letter V says, and they'll say heart. And I'll say, yeah, Valentine's. Valentine's. You want to stress that V sound, that they recognize that the sound for the V says V. Because sometimes it might be a little bit hard for them to say. So you just want to emphasize the tricky letters. Now, X is also one of those tricky letters too that we have to emphasize for them. So I always like to tell them that X is a mix of two sounds coming together to form one. The K and the S. K, S. And I go like this. You want to pull the X. K, S. and I say, can you pull your X with me? So you can say that with your child just to engage them and have them interact with you. And remember what the X says. Pull the X. Kss, kss. Very good. And even if they're not doing it, you know, as how it's supposed to be done, that's okay. Just reward them and encourage them and remind them what the sound says. All right, letter W says w, 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 w. Letter Y. Oh, I think I have my letters mixed up, guys. Anywho, letter Y says y, 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 y. Yeah, like you, yo-yo. Yes. Last one. Do you know what letter Z says? So again, you can ask questions just to get them engaged. This is the last letter. It's the last hurrah. What does letter Z say? Do you know? Hands at your ears again just to see. Give them a minute, pause, and let them know that you're waiting for the answer. So this is going to have them building that critical thinking again. And they're waiting and you're waiting. And then they'll say, oh, Z for zebra. Or usually they'll say Z's for zebra. And not say the sound. But you can go, oh yes, Z is for zebra. What is a zebra? What is the first sound in zebra? Think about it. Zebra. And then you can stretch the beginning sound in zebra for them to hear the Z. So that's it, right? We're all through with our letters and our sounds. I hope this video will be really helpful to you and your little one. Like I said, this is for you, the parent, and not for your child. This is just a breakdown of how you can teach your little one to master their letter sounds after they have mastered their letter recognition. So guys, please give this video a huge thumbs up if it was useful to you. Go ahead and share the video with someone you know that this video will also help. And subscribe to our channel. It really means a lot to us. And guys, that's it for us today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.